It's what you'd call the Saudi America of natural gas. Chet Wade opened his presentation by thus singing the praises of the Marcellus Shale, after first noting that his employer, Dominion Energy, was the second most admired company in the industry. Several dozen residents of Highland County stared back at him from their seats in the gallery of the Monterey Courthouse. They had turned out to hear Wade, Dominion's vice president for corporate communications, and his colleagues explain why the company wanted to route its pipeline through their county, which billed itself as Virginia's Switzerland. Demand for cheap Marcellus gas was insatiable, Wade claimed. Homeowners, manufacturers, and power producers in densely populated eastern Virginia and North Carolina desperately needed it to heat their homes, fire industrial furnaces, and push coal out of the grid, he said. That's why the pipeline would be a good thing for everyone. It helps the economy. Gas offers opportunities to counties that don't have it, his colleague Emmett Toms chimed in, adding that Highland stood to gain much-needed tax revenues. Toms pointed out, for good measure, that Dominion had donated $13,000 to a local high school scholarship fund. Before taking questions, he walked folks through what they could expect to see after construction was done. He queued up a slide with a photo of grassy meadows striping through dense forest, with elk peaceably grazing atop a pipeline right-of-way. His final slide? A close-up photo of steak and potatoes heaped on a plate. For a moment, the Highlanders silently absorbed these visuals, suggestive of hunting opportunities? Jobs? Theirs being a rural, largely conservative county with not a whole lot of new economic activity on its horizon. People mostly depended on farming, timber harvests, and vista-seeking tourists for their livelihoods. An outsider could be forgiven for assuming this kind of broad-brush sales pitch might find a receptive audience. But at least one long-time resident sitting in the front row just rested his head on his hand in amazement. Rick Webb marveled at the implication that Highland should be grateful to be in the path of Dominion's proposed mega-project. His astonishment quickly curdled into indignation. It was just so insulting, he would say later, referring to the images of food and elk, a species that hadn't been found in the region since John Lederer's time. In my view, they showed profound disrespect for the people they were talking to. You think we don't care about anything other than bare survival around here?